We are now.
Good. I need to refresh this. Hey, look, technical
We're
difficulties.
back. Hello, everyone. I didn't want to end it so abruptly. We won't be going much longer, but I didn't want to end things so painfully abruptly without giving DBJ a shout out for supporting. I mean, lots of people support the bucket in many ways, but several people have very generously put some money into helping me send out the the community grot project, helping kind of fund some of the money towards webcam and mics and stuff. So it is incredibly appreciated, and DBJ is one of those peeps. When I can work out how to make proper channel stuff, I need to get a nice Patreon badge for them all to wear.
Yes, you can make people VIP and give them badges. I can show you how to do this.
Excellent. See, I'm just useless. But yeah, so
I'm no Twitch expert, but I've been on enough shows now that it adds up.
Are you still part of the Glasshammer team in terms of 40k team?
Yeah, I still play for them.
Nice. Obviously on a hiatus because, you know.
Yeah, it's like, it's one of those things where I am still part of the team. I still have all the clothing, and if I were to attend a tournament tomorrow, I would wear all the gear.
Yeah, fair.
And be representing Glasshammer. But unfortunately, like a lot of pro teams in a lot of events,
there's not a lot of events right now.
Not really a lot of events going on. Yeah, it's when it all comes back, yeah, it's still a go. I still talk to Dan and Manny reasonably regularly. And yeah, that sort of thing. They know that I've sort of hiatus myself from 40k for a bit, so I've not really been on a show with them in a little while. Because I used to be fairly regular on their shows over there, but I haven't done one for probably 6 months, probably longer.
Fair. Sorry, I'm laughing at the all caps senpai noticed me. I
have chat covered over. DBJ, yeah, I see it now.
You know DBJ from the Patreon.
Yes.
Discord,
yeah. I had your little picture of your face off from the Skype thing covering chat for some reason.
My beautiful face.
Because it automatically does it. Let's put you in the corner.
That's probably an old picture.
It is a very old picture.
So, one of the things we were going to talk about, just as a little...
Oh, God, you've zoomed me right in.
Have I?
My face.
Oh.
You did briefly, yeah.
Oh, dear.
It's fine.
So, one of the things we were going to talk about was obviously Community Grot Project. So, if anyone hasn't been involved in it and wants to be involved in it, do let me know. Basically, I will be sending out... I'll be doing a second wave this year. Oh, I don't want to say second wave at the moment. It's taken on a whole different context this year. But I'll be doing another wave of sending out grots for people to convert up and paint. And some people have done some really, really impressive stuff with them. From just some nice paint jobs. Some of my favourite ones. Some friends of mine in Cornwall just sat down and painted it all as a family, which is really, really nice. Their 5-year-olds paint better than me, which is worrying. But I have asked you to go and pick what you think your favourite one is, or which one catches your eye. They are all, like children, equally loved by me. But are there any that have particularly caught your eye in terms of conversion or painting or whatever?
Yeah, before we went on a stream, I did go have a look because I was told this was my homework for the stream. So I went and had a look through, and I've picked out Black Grot Down.
Let me. I've got him up ready. Black Mark Down. This one, yes.
Black Mark Down.
It is.
Mine.
The worst part of it is I don't know who sent it to me. So it came without a name on it, and it's gorgeous. And I've had a look back through the streams. I can't find, but it is, isn't it? I love it. I know Netcode, if you're still watching, was also a big fan of this. We were talking about your favourites earlier on, and I just shown this one off to someone. Like, there are so many fantastic grots.
There were half a dozen that I was looking at that were like, you know, I've got to pick one, but I've tried to convert a grot for mine, and the fact that they've got a decent looking gun on it is ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, like looking at this bad boy here. Sorry, there's no focus on this camera at all, but like it is a one solid lump of plastic, which is why we can yeet it so readily into the bucket. But yeah, Black Mark Down is going to be our grot of the day today. He's going to live over there now while we paint. But it is really good work, isn't it? It is lovely.
It's a good little grot.
But yeah, so I'm going to pull a bunch more people on. So DBJ, I'll get you on here at some point. We'll come down and we can have a little hobby chat. I know we've had quite a lot of chats, so maybe it'll be nice to have a bit of a hobby natter. The one I really want to get on, and I've had some really good chats with him on Twitter, is Kev Adams. So I'm hoping I can persuade him to come on. And so name might not mean anything to anyone.
No, I don't know. I'm sorry, Kev.
That's okay.
I might know it if I saw your stuff.
So Kev, well, this is it. So you're looking at it right now. So Kev is one of the people who worked with the Cavatores et al. In the early 90s in the Games Workshop mini studio.
Oh god, he's the guy who made the grot.
Kev is the Goblin King. So if you have any goblins from the early 90s through to kind of like mid 90s, especially if it's a silly grot doing a swear or God, doing a swear, I just said those words, or just any silly grots, he sculpted them.
That's amazing.
So I'm hoping I can get him to come on and have a bit of a chat, because he has his own sculpting site now. Because obviously, especially, it's a weird thing where obviously Games Workshop recently in the past few years has really transformed into kind of digital sculpting as opposed to physical sculpting.
Yes.
And which is obviously they've got some stunning stuff now. You just couldn't do reasonably in green stuff, or molding putty.
In a 3x1 mock-up or something. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. But these boys, like, there's something about the old grots and goblins which are just delicious. So I'm hoping he'll come on and have a chat. I've got a few other people who can come on. So I've got the Mediocre Modeler who's going to come on, who is someone who has done a bunch of looting for me, who's currently working on a big project for me, which is currently kind of secret, although I know you know about it. But so he is going to basically have a stab making that for me, because I don't have the time or patience.
Don't know. Apparently, I know about this, but I know about 20 different projects that you're doing, so I've no idea which one it is. So I'm sure it'll be a surprise.
It's definitely something we've discussed, but but
you tell me about a new project most days. So.
Well, okay, yeah, it's a fair
point. I could hazard a guess, but I won't ruin the surprise for everyone else. So I think I know which one it is.
Yeah, and obviously I know that you'll be back at some point, James, just for my general nattering. So I'm going to finish up a few more grots, then we'll probably we'll give it another 5-10 minutes, then we will knock on the head for tonight. But thank you everyone for coming along and listening in to my random. This is it. Like, normally this would have been me sat there while Hell's Kitchen was on in the background and kind of vaguely getting a few grots painted, whereas I've done about 25 grots worth of brown today, which, bear in mind there's 540 more to go, isn't a lot, but we've been sat for an hour doing some hobby. So hopefully you guys.
It's just pleasant. It's a bit of social contact and people not going quite so crazy, and it reminds me a bit of some of the Honest Wargamers stream streak days, where some of his ones are just like, here's Rob just trying not to go crazy.
Yeah, this is it. Like,
I think that is a perfectly valid thing to be streaming currently.
Yeah, I think it's been a rough old year for everyone, especially people like yourself who have had to kind of be inside the duration of it. At least I've been lucky enough to, during the breaks we've had, I've managed to play a tournament, do a few grot challenges and stuff. So we had slightly looser restrictions over here. Yeah. But yeah, so it's been really good fun. Hopefully we'll be on tomorrow, probably not Thursday, because Thursday's my D&D night. Just because I like to tick all the nerd buckets. Well,
damn nerds.
Never played World of Warcraft. That's the one nerd bucket I don't get.
Me either.
Oh, Gordon Ramsay grot. That'd be amazing. Do you know what, Spike? Or sorry, I should say Mokuba. You've just volunteered. I will send you a grot, and I want to get it back as Gordon Ramsay.
Nice.
Bonus point if he's holding a little sign saying, "It's fucking raw." Which is, let's be honest,
2 slices of bread with a gap.
What are you? A squiggy sandwich. Yep. Sorry, Mokuba, but this one's on you. Well,
I know which project it is that he's working on now. I definitely know which one it is. Yeah, okay. That's excellent.
Tell me you know the project without telling me you know the project.
Yeah, you know that I know the project now.
I don't know that you do. There's 2 that are... Oh, no, yes, you do, because of the word I said, yes.
Yes, yeah.
Because of the word squig.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
So, I definitely know this project. Lux is a madman with a dream of a milk-proof robot.
Yep, that's correct.
And you get to watch some of his creations. He outsources a fair bit of the actual modelling, because he's a lunatic who made a reputation on using models that you can't actually do anything with.
Yep.
So he's outsourced a couple of interesting things to crazy people.
Yeah.
Who are going to... It's kind of like you know, in Bond movies where you have the supervillain and they've captured a mad scientist to do their crazy ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the relationship that's going on here.
I mean, yeah. So it's my friend the mediocre modeler who is commissioning it. I think actually he is. It's not quite a giant squiggoth, but it's cooler. But
cool.
yeah, so I think actually, so he's going to be kind of going part-time, kind of self-employed contractor doing full-time commissioning. He's a chap who painted my Deathwing, and so obviously he's a professional commission painter who paints for money. And I floated this idea to him, and I said I had a bits box that the bits box I gave him had, I think, about 1,800 points worth of guard tanks in it, apart from anything else, and like I think about 9 or 10 Eldar jet bikes. But yeah, so his reaction to me asking him how much it would be is, that's insane, you madman. Give me a bottle of whiskey, a bottle of super glue in your bits box and we'll do it. So I think the super glue is to fuel
Sniff,
the thing he's
presumably.
making. Well, potentially. The I can't rule it out at this point. The whiskey is fuel, and if he runs out of either, I'll replace them. But yeah, it's going to be super duper cool. It is very similar to a Squiggoth. I do have a Squiggoth. Where's my Squiggoth? Oh.
Yeah, I just want to put it out there as well. Like, I just like watching people paint.
Squiggoth. Maybe I'll make it like I'll make a grot ASMR channel.
Yeah, it's just pleasant. You just sit here and just watch stuff. Like when I do it,
yeah,
I don't enjoy watching myself paint.
That'd be weird though.
But yeah,
just painting in a mirror.
Yeah, that would be odd. But it's not me painting, is it? It's the act of paint going onto a model is satisfying to watch.
Yeah.
But it's not when I'm the one applying it. Spike, I'm pretty sure that solvent abuse is half the reason that all of us are in this hobby.
Yeah. It's how they get you when you walk into Games Workshop.
I mean, to be fair, Games Workshop stores back in the 90s when I used to go into them smelled almost exclusively of sweaty teenager.
I mean, that was just you, though.
I mean, accurate.
That's unfair. You weren't a teenager in the 90s.
No, I was like, I think I was 11 by the end of the 90s.
Didn't know you were that much older.
But yeah, yeah, I'm 31.
Oof.
I'm an old man.
Do you know what? You're not that much older than me. I just forgot how time works because I was 9 at the end of the 90s.
Well, you're really old. Wait, actually, no, I'm really old. Oh, God. Yeah.
What was the first model that got you into a Games Workshop?
Well, when I was about 8, my next door neighbour started collecting, and we were really good mates, and we'd go out to play after school every day.
Yeah.
And during the summer, I grew up in the countryside, so this was like climbing on hay bales and kicking balls around and things. And then during the winter, when you couldn't go out and do that because you weren't allowed to play out after dark because you were like 7 or 8 or whatever, and the world's a terrifying place. We had to play inside, and he had some Space Marines and some Tyranids.
Nice.
And he liked the Space Marines, and because they were his models, he played the Space Marines. So I played with a 2nd edition Gene Stealers.
Oh.
Was the first thing I ever had. Which, I mean, I'm now probably best known for being a Tyranid and Gene Stealer cult player, so maybe it all stems from there.
Maybe it was I mean, to be fair, 2nd Ed Tyranids were nice. Is that like the big hunkered down Screamer killer and stuff? The big metal. Oh, do you know what? I love that model. As terrible as it is as a model, it is beautiful. Somewhere. It is.
I like the old Zoanthropes, which look like a regular Zoanthrope, but they've attached it to a Van de Graaff generator.
Oh, with all the massive
instead of being
hair.
hovery and smooth, yeah, they've got legs and everything is spiky for no reason.
Especially in a massive lump of metal, just take your ears out.
Oh god, yeah. The that Carnifex was dangerous in 2 ways, because if you're a bit dodgy at the table, someone could put it in their sock and beat you to death with it.
Saying that, I have genuinely had a full 2nd Ed. Well, no, I've had a 2nd Ed grot embedded in my foot. Because this little helmet spike is sharp, and I stood on one, and it stuck in my foot.
I remember, I can't remember what edition of Warhammer Fantasy it was, but when there were metal goblin spearmen, and whoever designed that model needs a medal because those spears were sharpened.
Which spearmen, sorry?
The goblin spearmen, the metal ones.
Oh, yeah.
And they all pointed straight up and were on a solid rod of metal that went down to the base. They had a really solid base to it. And you could move that unit by just pressing your hand on top of it and picking it up and moving it over. The whole thing would come with you just stuck in your hand.
Man,
It wasn't recommended. But it was one of those things where, like, it was a weird one where it was pointy, but it didn't hurt.
Mm.
So you sort of, like, you almost did that on occasions. And, like... It was sort of almost satisfying spikiness.
Mm. That sounds... Mocha was talking about a local MTG. Again, MTG, not something I never really got into. Magic the Gathering.
I've never played it.
Are you tempted now they're bringing out a 40k one?
No. If anything, it makes me want to play it less. But card games just don't do it for me. I've had this conversation with a few people before. Like, speaking as a guy who's currently sat in a room with about 20 to 30,000 points of painted models, I'm kind of a model collector.
Yeah, fair.
I just don't... I'm not interested in cards. I've had people try and get me into Magic the Gathering. My local store in Hull has a huge Magic scene.
Yeah.
Like, they can seat about 50 to 60 Magic players.
Nice.
And... they will every single day they put on a Magic event. They can run a Magic event like, I think one Easter weekend they ran an event Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and they just sold out 4 tournaments each day. They had like sittings, like 3-hour sittings, and it was just crazy. It's really, really big in my local area, but it just doesn't do anything for me.
Same. I feel like I'm just addicted to random cards. Like, I would buy them just to open them and then be like, oh, cool, it's shiny, and then move on. Also, talking about things you can put in a stock and beat people to death with, Mocha was talking about the
Metal Dreadnought.
Metal Dreadnought. Oh,
I mean, again, we're back to I always had the Tyranids, and my next door neighbor always had the Space Marines, right? So I think at one point we probably did both put a Dreadnought and a Carnifex in a sock and try and beat each other up with them.
That's the North for you.
Well, we were 2 teenage boys. What else were we going to do? Live in the countryside. There's only so many times you can tip over a sheep. Not something I've ever done or should ever do, by the way. Please don't tip over sheep.
There you go. Bucket of Grot stands against animal abuse.
It's lambing season at the moment. There's your farming update. Yes.
Ah, there you go. Farm wisdom.
Yeah, my sister lives on a farm. Her husband is a farmer.
Nice. That'd be weird if it wasn't.
Yeah, she just hangs out with the pigs. She just moved into a barn one day. But no, she's been posting very adorable pictures on Facebook and stuff of little baby lambs. Oh
man, as opposed to grown-up lambs.
I mean, you get bigger lambs that aren't like brand newborns, but yeah, I mean, grown-up lambs are just sheep, mate. Don't know if you followed the life cycle of a sheep.
I have.
It goes lamb. Some of them become chops. Some of them become sheep,
and then some of them become curry. Oh, I love that.
That's how that works.
How do you... Sorry, I was going to interrupt for a second. How do you play Halo by throwing bricks?
Yeah, I was about to address that. I was doing exactly the same. That being said, I definitely played Star Wars with sticks as lightsabers. So...
see, I had a friend who had all the toy lightsabers.
Just used to whack each other with sticks and make lightsaber noises, so it's pretty much the same, I imagine.
Here's a controversial thing that's going to kill a stream, I'm sure. I can't help but feel that the best lightsaber fight in Star Wars is Episode 1.
Qui-Gon and Darth Maul.
Yeah, Duel of the Fates. Best lightsaber scene in...
You're absolutely right. There's no doubt. The only one that I would argue, and I only argue it purely for how much it makes me laugh, it's not the greatest lightsaber fight technically, but it is a masterwork of CGI, is Yoda versus Dooku when he's just bouncing around the walls.
Yeah.
It's just someone's pulled the cord on the back of him, and he just starts pinging off walls, and 2 lightsabers fling around. It's like, all right, whatever.
I made someone very cross the other day by calling Baby Yoda Baby Yoda.
I mean, that is his name.
This is it. I have lost the chat panel because my phone died, so I'm going to try and get it back on my desktop.
Fair enough. I have the chat panel, and to be honest, we haven't really moved on from Halo throwing bricks. One of them was Chief, and the other one was an Elite.
Nice.
And
which one were you, Mokuba?
He has not said. And Lex has said that something was the end of a beautiful friendship. I'm assuming us arguing about lightsaber battles, and he's now upset with us.
The
Mokuba was the chief.
nice. Oh, I'm about to start streaming my own page in Inception style.
Excellent.
Why?
I am streaming the thing that I'm on because it's the easiest way to view chat.
Yeah,
But
why?
it does mean that whenever I react to something, I get to see my reaction about 30 seconds later, which is kind of irritating.
Why can I not find the chat panel? Am I entirely stupid?
Possibly you could have shut it because there's a little collapse thing on the top left of the chat panel.
How bizarre.
I mean, no one's actually saying anything, so it's fine.
You're going to have to be my guide.
I will talk to chat for you.
Excellent.
I mean, you may have noticed that I'm now facing straight on to the camera and jiggling in my chair. This is because I'm done painting. I've done one colour on all 5 that I picked up. And,
nice.
That's all I can be bothered to do.
Well, do you know
I
what?
also, just to get some hobby chops for the day,
Mm-hmm.
I got my airbrush out earlier.
Nice.
And Zenthaled them and did all the flesh with the airbrush. Purely so I had something to brush paint on stream. Because otherwise, I really wanted to paint my demonettes, and I didn't have any prepared to paint. I have like 100 other models I could paint, but I didn't want to paint them.
Yeah, fair.
The Warp has claimed another victim, is what Makumbu has said. What is his actual name? Because I'm calling him Makumbu, and that to me sounds like an African warlord.
It is Mokuba. So he's on the 40k Discord, where
I should look in the 40k Discord, because I'm definitely in there. And I've just done what I always do, which on my taskbar at the bottom of my desktop, Steam is next to my Discord, and I've just opened Steam, and it's now trying to do 10 updates at once whilst I'm streaming instead of Discord.
That's not helpful. I can't find the chat panel at all. So, is that chat? There's the chat panel. Hello, chat panel. I found you. Oh, that was dramatic.
It was. I was invested.
I think the problem is you're kind of like over it. In my thing. There we go.
Yeah, it's really weird when you stream. Streamlabs does tend to sit in a weird place.
Hey Lex, how you doing? Oh no, I can see you reacting weirdly as well. I'm going to move it off screen so I can't see you, but I can see chat.
Yeah, it's really odd. Especially when I do this with Glasshammer, it's like me and Manny sit and look at each other and talk, despite not being in the same room. But because I'm talking, and even though you don't stream with a delay for that stream, like I don't know if you're streaming with a delay or if we just have latency, but like you always get 2 or 3 seconds of latency. So I can see Manny's face as he asks the start of a question, as he finishes his question. And it's really odd. You sort of get this weird cognitive dissonance where you're reading the wrong body language for what someone's saying to you.
That sounds hilarious. John Macumba reminds me of... There's a video of the Jamaican guy singing a song about how cucumbers are really good for you. He talks about how in Jamaica you call it a cucumber, and how they're really good for you, and it goes through all the benefits of cucumbers, which are a lot more than I knew. It reminds me of that. Apparently I have a lot of electrolytes as well. Thank you. See, Mokuba, you're up on your memes. We need to do a... I mean... He's really happy to see his cucumbers. So yeah, so the plan with these is I'll be on again tomorrow, and then hopefully on Friday, and then hopefully on Saturday and Sunday as well, because what else am I going to be doing? And then if there's anyone you feel like would be really good to have on with the hobby chat, let me know if you want to come on for a hobby chat. Mokuba, DBJ, if any of you want to come on, Lex, you want to come on, we can just hang in hobby. Like the principle of this whole thing is, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and just do nothing, because if I'm sat at my computer watching something, I could be playing something rather than painting, because painting is the devil. And exactly. It's something I've done a lot of commission painting recently. I've got a lot of stuff commission painted. The only thing I won't get commission painted is my orcs and my necrons. Mainly because A, they're all very rusty, and I know I can do that with a sponge really quickly. And also B, it's kind of a point of personal pride. I can't pay people to paint my grots for me. And sending them out to the Community Grot Challenge doesn't count. Shut up. Oh, the Death Guard Assassins. Okay, yeah. Oh, James, your audio's gone funny, apparently. Let us know if it carries on, Mokwa. Thank you. Yeah, you're okay for me, but hopefully it's just the stream being weird. Ah. I have turned Skype up as well, just in case. Could you not do, therefore, one keeper riding another keeper? And not in the biblical sense? Fair. Yeah. I mean, it's that. Like, if I sit down and try, I'm not terrible at painting. I just really can't be asked. So this is that I find for me, and I think this is something. So DBJ was talking earlier on about how he's been playing with some green stuff, and I find the issue I have is I know exactly how I want it to look in my head, and I put paint on it, and it looks naff because I can't paint very well. Exactly. So stick with it. If you want to learn green stuff, you keep green stuff in because you will get there, and I'm sure. Like, it's one of those things. I think, especially, so I've TO'd tournaments a couple of times back in the day now, not several years ago now, like 8-9 years ago now. When I was a bit better at 40k. But I think it's one of those things like when you're going around and making sure people's armies are like to the right colour standard and stuff, you can always really see when someone's like made an effort. I think this is it. Like even with stuff like when people are learning to paint and when people are learning to green stuff, what you want to see is the fact that someone's tried and you can really see they've made the effort. It might not be perfect first time, but then of course it's not perfect first time. So keep trying, keep persevering. The grot bucket stands for perseverance. It does. That's okay though. It's things can be many things. Right, I am nearly done with these boys, so I'm going to finish these up because I promised I'd finish those last few up, and I finished, and I got more out of the bucket. 5, 10, 15, 20. We've done about 40 or so grots worth of brown tonight, which is good. I mean, it's literally hats, pouch on the back, and then boots. And the boots don't even need to be that intense because when this is all over, I need to do all their bases, which I will do by watering down some brown paint and then just slopping it on and waiting for it to dry naturally. Because it's really easy, I can do it with a massive brush. So the boots will end up brown anyway. I think this is the aim of the grots really is they look like a cohesive thing from 4 feet away. And that's what, like, no one's ever going to pick them up and go, wow, these are amazing. But, you look at them on table and they're going to look decent. Exactly, yeah. Very much quantity over quality. Right, this is the last boy now. So, thank you all for joining us tonight. We'll be on tomorrow night. I don't know who's going to be on tomorrow night. It might be James. Depending on what he's up to. It might be multiple people. Someone asked me. Someone's like, so I've got to organise some stuff for work, and someone's got to drop off a laptop for me. They're like, are you going to be about Saturday night? And I was like, let me think. I'll try that's bothering me. I'm going to do 3 more because then it will fit this nice square. Do it. This is mandatory hobby time. Well, I will send you some grots and you can do them then. Right. 10 years of it. I mean, do you know what? I've been really lucky. I've got about 85 community grots now, which is weird because, like, what is it? If you just said on Instagram, "Hey, do you want to paint my army for me?" People are going to tell you where to go. Yeah, Yeah, I was like, excuse you, back up. But people have, like, there's some. I mean, there are so many which are amazing. Like even the ones that are just painted really neatly. Like they're all neat and they're all fantastic. I love them all. But, like people have gone like, for example, the cheesy grot. My God, the cheesy grot. The fact that I have about 18 videos of Jean-Pierre taking the cheesy grot, who's Amsterdam Tattoo Studios on Twitter. Oh, by the way, DBJ, what's your Instagram handle? Drop into the chat for us. And go and give DBJ a follow. He, like I said, he helps support all the work I do with the grots. So let's go and share some love. But yeah, I have so many videos from Jean-Pierre, who is Amsterdam Tattoo Studios, of him just taking the cheesy grot around Amsterdam looking like a lunatic. It's great. Just like stabbing a train in a cheese shop on top of some cheese. Like, he's gone all out in the Dutch thing. He was like, I'm going to do it really Dutch. I was like, oh, cool. And it's got like, it's riding technically a bicycle, a unicycle, not a bicycle, but we'll let it slide, with some Gouda on his spear, some Gouda on his head, wearing clogs through a field of tulips. Like, he has gone all out. Well, exactly. Right, this is the last grot for now. We'll be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock. We might run for an hour. We might run for 20 minutes, depending on how engaging the conversation is. So thank you for joining me, James, and keeping me company. That is now, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, about 50 odd grots. So we've brown tonight, which means this box, which I showed at the beginning, is now a whole lot more empty. These are the ones that need brown on. There's then... I know. This is the box of ones that have already been made brown. So all these ones in that box need silvering. So brown's next, then silver, and then basing, and then we'll be done. But yes, basically the plan is by the end of lockdown there will be 2,000 painted grots in that bucket. And we will go and play Hungry Hungry Hippos. But yes, so thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your grot of the day. And again, congratulations to 40k Take 2, who takes home this. Oh, I forgot I had my camera flipped. Lovely lino print by @Galapalo. Do go and follow them. Thank you all for coming, and we will see you another day. Bye, bye, bye.